Hey everyone, it's Rachel from Desert Blossom Crafts back with a new crochet pattern. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Seaside Wall Hanging. This wall hanging works up really fast. It features this neat shell in the center, reminiscent of the beach, and yeah, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do the stitch and then how to do this top part with the lace and attaching it to a stick and everything that goes into that. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial. There's just a few materials you're going to need to get started. To make this wall hanging, I used Mary Maxim Mellow Spun DK. All I needed was one ball of this, so it's only 50 grams, 174 yards. But I was able to make this entire wall hanging in one ball, and I was also able to make matching mug rugs, which, by the way, that's a pretty cool pattern too, and I do have a video tutorial for it. Here's a picture, and the link will be in the cards and in the description box below if you want to make some matching home decor. But yeah, you'll need this yarn, and then you will also need a G 4mm crochet hook. Or if you're wanting to obtain the same finished measurements as me, you will use whatever hook you need to obtain gauge. So one more quick note before we jump in. This pattern does come in two sizes. This size shown here is the small wall hanging. There is also a larger one, which I call the medium-sized one. It's a few inches wider and a few inches longer. This small size is available as a free pattern tutorial on my blog. The large size is only available in the ad-free PDF. So if you want to download and print out this pattern and make a larger size, either or, you can purchase that. The link will be down in the description box below. There's lots of options as you get started with this pattern. Alright, getting started with your wall hanging is pretty easy. What you're going to do is make a slip knot and chain 36 to start out. Again, this is the small size that we're making, and you're just going to chain till you have 36, and then we're going to do row 1. Row 1 is super easy. You're just going to make a single crochet in the second chain from your hook, and each chain across. Nothing fancy with this row. We're just doing a foundation type row that will start us off on the right track. So here are my first few single crochet, and I will just keep repeating that, and I will meet you back for row 2. Alright, so here are my 35 single crochet. Remember, we skipped the first chain, so we should end up with 35 even though we started with 36 chains. Now that we have this base row done, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now we're going to be doing triple crochets for all surrounding the shells. Basically, for the whole wall hanging, we'll be doing triple crochets. This chain 3 does not count as a stitch. I found that it made it looked more even on the edges when I did a chain 3 that didn't count as a stitch rather than doing a chain 4 that does. So chain 3, and then to make a triple crochet, we're going to go in the very first stitch, right? Because that chain does not count as a stitch. So make your triple crochet just like that. Let's do that again. So yarn over twice to make a triple crochet, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we're just going to yarn over and pull through 2 until we're all out of loops. Alright, so that is your triple crochet, and you're just going to do this until you have 14 triple crochet total. So I'm going to do another one here. And we're basically going to do these 14 until, and that will be close to the center, and then we'll make the shell. So just continue doing triple crochet until you have 14. Alright, so here are my 14. Make sure when you count these that you do not count the chain 3 again, because that's not a stitch, so just get used to when you're counting it to just counting the first 2 that look like 2 as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so now that we have those, we're going to make our shell. To make the shell, you're going to skip 3 single crochet, so count 1, 2, 3, and then triple crochet in the next one. So I just keep my fingers right there where I know I'm going to go into, and then I make a triple crochet. Now we're just going to make a series of chain 1 and triple crochet in the same space. Okay, so here I have a triple crochet, a chain, and a triple crochet. Chain 1, triple crochet again, and just repeat that 2 more times. Alright, and that is your shell. So you should have 5 triple crochets and 4 chain spaces in between them. To keep going, you're just going to skip 3 single crochet again, 1, 2, 3, and triple crochet in the next one. And this is what it'll look like after you do that. And just continue making triple crochets all the way across this row. You should have 14 on this side as well. Row 2 is going to be extremely similar to row 1 except for a few little differences. So I've already started row 2 here. What I did is I just chained 3 again and turned. This is basically the exact same start as we did for row 1. Just triple crochet in the first triple crochet and all the way across till you have 14 triple crochet once again. And now that we're at the shell, instead of skipping single crochets, we're now just going to be making shells in the middle of the next shell. So there's 5 triple crochets in the shell, so we're going to be making our next shell in the third one. So 1, 2, 3, it's the middle on both sides. So we're just going to make a triple crochet and go right into that middle stitch. And once again, this is coming off of those 14 triple crochet from this side. Then we chain 1 and just continue working into that same stitch. So we have 2 triple crochet, chain 1, triple crochet, and just repeat that twice more, just like before. Now after finishing this shell, we're just going to skip the last 2 triple crochets of the shell and go into this one right here. And once we do that, we're all good to just keep doing simple regular triple crochets across, and again we will have 14 when finished. To continue with your wall hanging, you're just going to keep repeating row 2 exactly how we just did it until you have a total of 14 rows. So you can adjust that if you want, but I did 14 rows all the way. So it's really just up to your personal preference. Now, once you do that, we're going to do the lacy row. There's 2 lacy rows right here, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. Just for time's sake, I'm just going to skip right to that row because it's exactly the same no matter which row you do it on, because you're just repeating this over and over again. So to start, you're going to chain 1 this time, turn, and single crochet in the first triple crochet. Right here. Now we're going to do a series of chain 5 spaces. So go ahead and chain 5. And we're going to skip 4 triple crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the next. And we're going to repeat that one more time. 5, skip 4. Now we're getting close to the shell. So what we're going to do this time is still chain 5 again, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time we're going to skip the next 3 triple crochets and single crochet in the second chain space. I'm sorry, the first chain space of the shell. I don't know where I got second from. We're going in the first chain space of the shell. Chain 5 again, and now we're going to go in the last chain space of the shell. So remember, there's 4 chain spaces. We're going to skip the middle 2 and go right in this one right now. And then we're going to chain 5, and we're going to skip the last triple crochet of the shell and the next 3 and go in the next one. So basically the pattern we have here is we're skipping 4 for the first 2, then 3 plus 1 of the shell, then we're skipping some of the shell stitches, and then we're skipping 4 here, and we're just repeating that 2 more times. So chain 5, skip 4, single crochet, chain 5, and we should skip 4 and just go in the last one right here. So that's our first lacy row. Then we're going to turn and do something very similar. So chain 1, turn, and single crochet in the first one. Now chain 4 once, single crochet in the first chain space. So this just creates a smaller chain space that helps when we attach it to the stick. Now we're just going to chain 5 like normal and single crochet in the next chain space. So this is pretty easy. There's no counting or anything other than counting the 5 chains. And we're just going to do that all the way across until we get to the end. So I'll do it one more time. Chain 5, and then just find the next chain space and single crochet into it. So here I've done all the loops across. It's a little hard to see right now, but I've gone in the last chain space, and so the last thing I need to do is my chain 4, the small one I told you about. So chain 4 and then single crochet in the first single crochet here, or the last one. Okay, so once you do that, that is the end of your lace. At this point you're going to want to block your wall hanging. Steam blocking it is what I did because this is an acrylic yarn. You just lay it out, pin it, and steam block it. I do have a video on that if you're unsure how it works, but this will just help it open up and look way more pretty when you're all done with it. Once it is done blocking, the last thing to do is attach it to the stick. Okay, this is gonna get slightly weird here, but I'm just going to show you how to attach it using this stick. I just scooted over the loops on this one just because I don't have another stick on me right now, and I can really show you everything I need to by using this one. So as you get started with this, you're going to turn your work. Now, if you fastened off, you can fasten off your work after finishing the lace and then join a new one here, or you can actually just leave it unfastened off with a long loop while you block it and then come back and use the same yarn again. It's up to you. So I'm just going to turn, and we're going to do our first single crochet around the stick. So the first thing to do is just elongate this loop a little bit on your hook and insert your hook into the very first single crochet. Now we're going to actually put the stick on top of your hook and yarn over around the stick and then pull the loop up to make a single crochet. Don't worry, I will show you this again. So this is our first single crochet around the stick. Now from here you're going to chain 5. This is going to allow the loops on the stick to be spread out. And now you're just going to continue doing this. So let me show you up a little bit closer. I'm going to insert my hook into the next chain space underneath the stick, grab the yarn from the back, bring it up, and you can elongate this single crochet so that it's all the way around. Yarn over and pull through to make your single crochet. Okay, let's do that one more time. So chain 5. This is a bit difficult to film just because it's hard to hold this up and show you everything at the same time. But let's do it one more time. So now we're going to insert into the next chain loop, grab it from the back, elongate that loop up, yarn over, and pull through both loops to make the single crochet. Okay, so there we have 3 done. And if I were going back, I would probably make this first one a bit looser because it's gonna drag down a little bit. But this is actually the back of the work. When you turn it around, then you have the loops here without seeing the chain spaces. So it actually looks nicer from this side. So basically, to continue, you just keep doing this across. You can see it here on the back side of the actual wall hanging. I've just done one in every loop, and then when I get to the end, I do it in the single crochet rather than this small loop. It just makes it a little bit firmer on the edges. Now once you finish this last single crochet, don't fasten off. What you'll do is you'll just make a long chain directly from this. I think I did about 60 or 70. I am not sure off the top of my head. I'll probably add it in as a note with some text. But you just make a long chain. You can customize this as long as you want, and then you come to the other side and just slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet you did. So pretty simple, and then you have a hanger and your wall hanging is all attached and ready to hang up in your home. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the matching mug rug pattern if you want some matching summer home decor. I am gonna really love having these up in my house. If you did like this tutorial, please hit the thumbs up button and come subscribe for more free crochet patterns, tutorials, honest crochet reviews, and lots more. Thanks for watching. Bye!